A group of 20 students was tested before and after a training program to measure their progress. The results showed a mean improvement of 2.05, with a standard deviation of 2.84. In this case, since we are measuring student performance before and after the program, that is, outcomes from the same subjects are measured twice, this is a paired or dependent sample design. Therefore, we will conduct a paired samples t-test to determine if the training program leads to a statistically significant improvement in scores. Let's start with our step-by-step hypothesis testing procedure. First, we define our parameter of interest, which is the population mean difference in scores. The study claims that the training program leads to an improvement. Since improvement refers to an increase in scores, our claim serves as a one-tailed alternative hypothesis, while the null hypothesis assumes there is no significant improvement or that the scores remain the same. Next, we use our sample data to calculate the t-statistic. This value measures how many standard errors are observed. Mean improvement of 2.05 lies from the hypothesized mean difference of 0. Now, based on our sample size of 20 and a standard deviation of 2.84, our t-statistic is approximately 3.23. Within the sampling distribution of the mean differences, which follows a t-distribution with 19 degrees of freedom, our t-statistic of 3.23 falls into the right tail. Since we are testing specifically for an improvement, the area to the right of this t-statistic represents our p-value. To find the p-value range using the t-distribution table, first locate the row corresponding to 19 degrees of freedom. Then, find the cells within which our t-statistic of 3.23 falls. The corresponding one-tail column headers provide the range for our p-value. Now, to make a decision about the null hypothesis, the decision rule states to reject the null hypothesis if the p-value is less than the predefined value of the significance level. In this case, our p-value lies between 0.001 and 0.005, which is less than the significance level of 0.05, therefore, we reject the null hypothesis. This means at a 5% significance level, there is sufficient evidence to conclude that the training program leads to a significant improvement in student performance.